Welcome back to LarryB YouTube channel. In today's class, we're going to learn how to make this beautiful A-line shift dress with a bell sleeve. It has a V neckline, as you can see, and it's very simple to make and it's beginner friendly as well. If this is something you like to learn, kindly stay tuned to the end of this tutorial. Thank you. Okay, so now to make this, I have my fabric folded into 4, and the measurements I used in folding this is my hip measurement, okay, divided by 4. My hip is 46, divided by 4 is 11 and quarter. Then I added extra 5 inches to that. So depending on how wide you want the hem, you can add between 3 to 5 inches. And I have it folded into 4, 1 2 3 4 for both front and back. So now the total length that I want from this, if you notice this fabric, it has a border, it has a pattern. So this part is what I want to be on the hem. So I'm going to start measuring my hem upwards like that. The full length that I want for this is 39 inches. I'm going to add extra 1 inch to that to make it 40. So you can see I place my tape there on 40 and I measure this upwards so that I can cut this upper part away. I don't want to cut on this. So this is 40 inches and I am marking like that. So now I'll grab my ruler and then make that measurement into a straight line. Sorry. So after that, I'll grab my scissors and cut off the excess that I have here, and then I'll start making my markings. So this side is where I have 2 fold points, so that is going to be my center front and center back. They are completely folded. You can see this part is still opened. So from the starting point, I'm going to mark my armhole measurement, okay. Then after that, I'm going to mark my waist measurement, that's the half length, okay. I'm going to mark my hip measurement, or you can just take it down excuse me. So I'm marking that, and all of these measurements I'm going to make them into a straight line. So here is my waist, here is my armhole, and here is my hip measurement. So on the starting point here, I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement. The shoulder is 16, divided by 2 is 8, so I'll mark 8 inches here. For my neck width, I'm marking 3.25, and here I'm going to come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. So you grab your straight ruler and then connect like this, okay. So for the depth for the back, I'm working with a back depth of 1.5 inches, and then for the front, I'm working with a neck depth of 3 inches. It's still going to have like a V shape in front so that you can wear it easily. Remember, this does not have a zipper. So with my cord ruler, I'm going to be connecting my neck width to the neck depth, just like that. So here for the armhole, I'm going to take the same measurement that I have on my shoulder, which is 8 inches downwards, and then I'm going to mark half of this, and then on that point I'm going to come in by 1/2 inch. So here on my armhole line, I'm going to mark my bust divided by 4. For me, 44 divided by 4 is 11. It's a free dress, so I'm going to add extra 1 inch for ease, and then another 1 inch for seam allowance. So there I'm going to grab my curved ruler and then connect to my actual armhole line for my bust line for my armhole curve, okay. So that's for the front, and then for the back, I'm just going to connect like this, okay. So now that is done, on my waistline, I'm going to take my waist measurement. The waist I'm working with is 36, divided by 4 is 9 inches. So now I'm going to mark the 9 inches, and then I'm going to add extra 2 inches to that as well. 1 inch for ease, and then the other one for my allowance. So I'm going to use a curved ruler to connect that. Okay, and here I'm going to come over to the hip. So my hip is 11 1/4, and then I'm going to add extra 2 to that as well, and then I will take my curved ruler to connect that as well. So here you want it to be as smooth as possible, so I don't want a sharp edge there. So now on the hem, to this measurement that you have on your hip, okay, including my allowance, I'll check. I have about 13.5, so you can add maybe 2 or 3 inches to that. So on the hem here, I'm measuring around 15.5 to 16 inches there, and then from my hip, I'm going to just mark that all the way to the hem, and that is all I need to do for my markings. So now you're going to grab your scissors, and then you cut out what you have. So after cutting this now, I'm going to go ahead and cut a facing for it. So you can see that I'm cutting my back neckline and back armhole first. Then when I'm done with that, I'm going to remove the back, and then I'll cut for the front. Okay. And that is what I have now. I'm going to remove the back, and then I'll cut the front neckline and the armhole. So for the front neckline, remember I said it's going to have a V. So I've already gone by 3 inches downwards, so I want the total neck depth to be around 7 inches. So now I'm going to take my ruler, and then you can mark like 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch here, so that I can have like a V shape. So I'm marking that downwards like this, and then I'll go ahead and cut that out. That's for the front. So from there I'll cut my round neckline, and then I'm going to cut out my front armhole. So you're going to grab another fabric now, and then cut facing for both the front and back. But this is what we have now so far. You can see the shape that we have for the dress. So I'm going to set this aside and work on the sleeve. It has like a bell sleeve as well, like an A-line sleeve. So I want the hem of the sleeve to have the same pattern as well. So I'm using this fabric for my sleeve. Again, I'm going to fold into 4 so that I can cut both front and back together for the sleeve. And then the length that I'm working for this is 24 inches including seam allowance. That's the length of my sleeve, 24 inches. So for the width as well, on fold, I'm working with 12 inches, okay, on a fold of 4. Remember, it's folded into 4, 1 2 3 4 for both front and back. So to cut out my sleeve, I'll simply measure my cap's height, which is here. That for me is 4 inches. It's going to be around here. So now I want to take that measurement here again to make a straight line. Okay, so now you're going to measure your round armhole measurement. My round armhole measurement is 9 inches. I'm going to add extra 1 inch to that, so 1.5 inches for seam allowance. And then what I'm going to do is to measure from the edge of the sleeve, which is here. Make sure it is arranged well. I'll just connect diagonally like this. So there I'm going to mark what I have and divide that into 2, and then I'm going to further divide it into 4. Okay, so this is a simple tutorial on how you can mark your sleeves. So here I'm going to come up by 0.75 I'll leave the middle and then come down by ½ inch here. So we're going to go ahead and connect all of these measurements to form our armhole curve. Okay, it is that simple to cut out your sleeve. Then here I'm going to connect like this. That's for the front, and then for the back I'm just going to connect from the end of the sleeve all the way to the hem. So like I said, it's a bell sleeve, so from there I'll just connect diagonally downwards like this, and that is all you need to do. So I'm trying to make sure that my fold is accurate. So now again I'll grab my scissors and cut this out. So sewing this is very simple. It's a beginner friendly class. So here you're going to cut out the back first. Then after cutting your back, you're going to open it out like this. Okay, remember one side is going to be on the back and then one other side is going to be the front. You can see the way it's folded, right side facing right side. And then you're going to grab your scissors and then cut out the part that you're going to be sewing to your front. So now I'm going to go ahead and notch the middle of this. So that is what we need to do. So I'll go ahead and sew. So I'm going to have to cut out facing for my dress. Okay, facing is just like a short version, a short lining, a shorter version of the dress. You can see where I stopped it. So that's for the front and this is for the back. Okay, that's for the back. So now to sew it, like I said, I'm going to open this up and then turn the neckline first. So I'm going to be placing the facing on the neckline, right side facing right side like this, and then I'll go ahead and sew. So you're going to sew around the neckline on the V shape and then back here, and then we're going to flip to turn. We'll do the same thing for the back as well. Place the facing right side and turn. So on the hem of your facing as well, you're going to hem it inwards. Okay, you can now either choose to turn your facing inwards or just sew it outwards. Remember, if you sew it outwards, this is what it's going to look like, and then you're just going to top stitch on it. So if this is the vibe you want, you can actually flip it outwards or inwards. For me, I'm just going to sew it inwards. Okay, I don't think I want the facing to be outwards, so I'll just sew it and turn it inwards. So after that, I'm going to join the shoulder together and then I'll bring it back to show us what we have. Okay, so I've gone ahead to join the sides. So the last thing to do is to hem it. So for the hemming, I'm going to be marking 2 inches upward. So you can do this while you are still cutting. I forgot to mention that, so I did not want to do it off camera. So this is my hem. So for the hem, in order for it to have that round feel, okay, like a flare, I'm going to match them up together like this, and then I'll come up by around 2 inches upwards on the hemline. Then I'll connect together. So now that this is the side, okay, the 2 sides, both front and back. Let me lay it on the table so that you can see what I'm doing. So now after that, I'm going to come up on the side here by around 2 inches. And then I'm going to take my curved ruler and then blend it towards the front like this. So after doing that, you grab your scissors and then cut this out. So now you can see that the hem looks a bit like it is round. So I'll go ahead and hem it and my sleeve is ready. So after hemming it, I'm going to iron it and take it to the mannequin so that you can see what this looks like. So this is what it looks like on the mannequin. You can see our neckline, and the sleeve is a bell sleeve like I said. So the hem of the sleeve is wide, and this is what the full view of the dress looks like. I hope you enjoyed making this beautiful tutorial with me. If you enjoyed this, let us know in the comment section. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.